Welcome to NelsonJM, and in this episode we are going to look at Neco registration proper. Now the Neco registration starts with, for example, if it's a new center, it starts with claiming the center. You would have to visit neco.gov.ng. After visiting neco.gov.ng, you will now claim your center at this very place, because your center is new, so you don't have login yet. Now you would enter the center number, say 02905571, I think. So this is actually a new center. You would enter the full name of the person claiming it, probably the principal or the exam officer. You would enter the email they are going to use for the school login. You would enter the phone number of the person. You would enter the principal phone number. This could be the exam master, this could be the principal, or principal, whichever one, but they are required. Then you select the local government of the school type, the school category, and then comment on why you want to do this center claim. Then you would enter the school address. By the time you enter these informations, you are going to be graced with a new screen where this email you inserted here will be verified by them sending an OTP to that very email. By the time the OTP is sent and you verify it, you would now receive a new password that can be used to log into that school using the email as the username. So after that is done, the next thing is for you to proceed to the Neco application. We have shown you how you can download that application. So after this tutorial, we want to do a tutorial on WAEC to solve some of the pressing issues that are affecting the WAEC right now. So you would enter the center number. Remember, you can register multiple centers in one computer. By the time you proceed, they say download the school detail. You would enter the email here, and the password they set to you will be by if you are by the time it is verified. The center number center. Now this process is very simple for Neco, so I want to walk through a single registration of candidate. As you can see, we are on our dashboard. We have total candidate, completed capture, incomplete capture, and then pending upload. Now by the time you have inserted a candidate's name, it becomes a total captured candidate and an incomplete candidate as well. Now when the candidate passport is added and the fingerprint is done, it becomes a completed capture and a pending upload. So those it becomes a pending upload. By the time you upload the candidate, it becomes a completed registration, and that is how your registrations are going to be proceeded. Neco is not like WAEC. You can import, you can work on a single school on multiple systems, and that is an advantage, because if you have a school thumbprinting more than 100 students, then you are going to have slow performance as soon as you hit that 70 number, because anytime you are doing biometric, it runs against what you already have on the system. So your processor, your RAM, all of those things will determine whether your registration will be fast or not. Now there is a new issue on the Neco. We will try to fill this form. Now this quota stands for who is paying for the registration. If it's government or it is purchase, These ones are school and this one is government. So you don't select the self-sponsored. These are for private candidates. Purchase quota and government quota, these are the two options. So for me it's government quota. The 11-digit NIN, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 11-digit NIN, the surname of the candidate. Remember the surname, and a lot of people make this mistake of not allowing the students to enter the correct information. You don't just put information anyhow for students. Surname is surname, first name is first name, and those are informations that belongs to the student. A middle name or other name, whichever one you want to call it, it's also something you should consider. Don't just put any information anyhow for students. Let them tell you their surname. Probably fill a form, print a form for your candidates and let them fill it, and the candidate information should flow in this manner: surname, first name, middle name. For female candidates, sometimes it is the surname can be separated from the first name, but for male candidates you might not know which one is surname or which one is first name, and in rare cases you would find out that the names might be very confusing. A candidate can have the same surname and the same middle name. Probably, let's say Muhammad, Umar. So those can be confusing, so you need to be able to insert those informations correctly, because during a name search or something they would always try to pull data according to what you gave. And if they say they want to search by surname, they would always look for which one is surname and they know the arrangement on even on the form. Now, an advice is that tell the students to bring their national ID card. The information on the national ID card should be populated in this very form. Now let's try to fill this form, because the issue I'm talking about comes at the subject level. We have a student called John, and his first name is Doe, and we have a middle name Any. Now this student could be from Abia State and the local government is Bende, and the date of birth of this student is 7th of April 2003. Remember, the maximum date of birth allowed on Neco is 1999. The maximum year is 1999, so each year it reduces. Next year it will be 2000, so Neco doesn't even give room for guessing. So you have to be 26 years to be able to register Neco. Let's pick 2003, and this candidate is a male and he has no disability. Let's save this information. Now there are 3 compulsory subjects: civic education, English language, general mathematics. These are 3 compulsory subjects. Just like the WAEC, we have science classes. We could have agri, biology, chemistry and physics. We have categories of business where marketing falls. We have categories of trade, and in trade we have computer and GSM, fashion design and livestock farming. These are inserted. Now my students don't want to offer any of these subjects. Let's try to see if we can pass that. I'll go to humanity and I'll select none, business, economics. Let's try to see. Enter the CA for civic. Okay, so WAEC allowed trade to be not compulsory for all candidates, Let's see if Neco will pass. This is my first time of opening the Neco software, and want to do this trial because as soon as I start populating my system with real students data, I won't be able to give you details this way. So business, I went to business and selected 2 subjects. So I ran a statistic on students information and noticed that a lot of schools don't pay attention to this CS. A lot. Out of 1 million students, you would find out that around 100 or 50,000 students have a score less than 50, and that's going to affect them in the final year. Now you must select at least 1 trade subject, so this automatically means that a student must select at least livestock farming or GSM repairs. This school will probably prefer livestock farming. Let's save and go back to our dashboard. What do we have on our dashboard? We have 1 incomplete capture, we have 0 pending, we have the total of 1. Now we'll go back to registration. This student John Doe, we don't have the passport. Remember, according to Neco, the maximum size of their passport should be 15 kilobyte with dimension of 350 pixel maximum and 100 pixel minimum. So any image, I'll go to photos, any image that is, this image is around 3000 by 4000, any image that is above 100, it's not allowing. So we have already designed a software that will help you to resize all your pictures, and that is our own way of helping you resolve this Neco issue. So don't worry, all of you that are on this channel, you can just request for that software and send your email. I will add you up to the software list. That one is free. But remember, this is the new rule for our channel. You have a maximum of 3 requests to make on a personal basis as far as the our communication is concerned. If you make 3 inquiries, you have to pay the sum of 6,000 naira for you to continue our consultation on either the YouTube or the direct or on the WhatsApp or on the direct call. So we would help you, and it will also save us cost. Everything we do here is paid, but we resolve the cost by performing services, and it's not helping at all. So a lot of you should notice this, should note about that. So let's look for a picture. I went to my go to my desktop. I have files. I have this 32. I'm looking for an image. Anyways, in the same photos I should have images that will align to Neco's requirements. I'll just save this. Let's go back to our dashboard. We have 1 incomplete, but this incomplete is only pending biometric. this incomplete student is only pending biometric. So by the time we complete biometric, this candidate becomes a completed capture and then also a pending upload. So this is all you have to learn about Neco, and after this we know that the biometric comes 10 fingers. That's the rule for Neco, 10 fingers, and you generate the report, validation list, candidate photo card, entry schedule, subject analysis. All these reports goes to Neco office, and it's actually very large. So the next thing will go to upload, and if you upload and you have a missing information, unlike WAEC, you can restore your data in case your system crashes. So see you in the next episode, and thank you for watching.